Hey everybody, Livingston here. Today we're diving into another fun-filled episode of Tales from the Crypt. This time it's Season 1, Episode 4, Only Sin Deep. Came out June 14th, 1989, and looking forward to diving into this one. But before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Continue on to this voyage of Episode 93 of Tales from the Crypt. And before we get into the episode, let's dive into your comments for last week's episode. Brian Hicks 3272 says there's also the kids animated version of Tales from the Crypt Keeper. I remember it was fun. Yeah, I vaguely remember that as well. I might kind of look into the episodes. I'm not sure if I'll do a reaction for the channel, but I do vaguely remember that show. Thanks, Brian. Pepperino25 says, thanks for keep doing this show. Also, I recommend the Twilight Zone Season 3, Episode 33, The Dummy, Alfred Hitchcock Hour, 1964, Season 2, Episode 18, Final Escape, Solution to Copyright Issues, Image Edition, edit the episode with partial percentage of transparency and or text, flip the episode scene from right to left. I do that. Audio Edition, put the volume of the episode lower than the volume of your microphone, not too low, static, white noise, and your comments make little distortion to the audio. Record the audio of your reaction separately from the audio of the episode. That way you can edit the audio image of the episode without editing the audio image of your reaction. I also do that as well. I have a separate audio and video. So, bonus track, Goosebumps, 1995 TV series, Season 1, Episode 5, Welcome to Camp, Part 1. Season 1, Episode 6, Welcome to Camp, Part 2. Season 3, Episode 11, The Perfect School, Part 1 and Part 2, which is also Episode 12. I'm very into your channel, new sub number +1, because you are one of a few channels that do this underrated horror gems. Good vibes from Chile. Hey, bud, thanks a lot for subscribing. Very much appreciate it. And yeah, the bonus tracks, I've actually watched Goosebumps back when it first came out. I was about 10 years old at the time when it did come. And I believe I watched all of them when it was still going at that point. But when it came to the other shows, Alfred Hitchcock Hour, I will probably get to that. I've had a lot of people tell me that I need to dive into Alfred Hitchcock Hour. The Twilight Zone, I'm currently in Season 3 right now. I'm on Season 3, Episode 16, which will be coming out this coming week. But actually, it'll be coming out tomorrow based on when this episode's coming out. So... And thanks for pointing out some solutions when it comes to the copyright issues. I've kind of figured it out to the point where I know exactly what I need to do. I don't hardly ever get a copyright strike anymore. I've been tweaking and doing this for a few years, and it takes a little living and learning to figure out exactly what they want from you when you're doing these episodes. So, and it sounds like you know exactly the game that the YouTube people or YouTube algorithm likes to play with your videos. So... yeah, so thanks for subscribing, very much appreciate it, and we'll keep on trucking. Somewhere Green says, Robert Wool, I know him from Arliss on HBO, and yes, Batman indeed. Yeah, Robert Wool, every time I think of him, he always pops up in Batman in my mind, because, I mean, it was one of the earliest things I had when it comes to watching movies was Batman, 1989. I used to collect Batman stuff, still do to a point. And yeah, Robert Wool was great in that. I didn't really see him in Arliss. He also did an HBO show, like it was 2 or 3 specials where it was like Robert Wool, and he was teaching, and he was basically in front of a classroom where people were asking questions, and he was up in front of a board, and he would teach about history, like Paul Revere's Ride and things of that nature, and kind of talk about the true story of what actually happened in history according to him. But very interesting. Look up Robert Wool, and that might pop up somewhere, probably on YouTube, I think. E-Chair, after dying 8 times, he could come back to life infinity by transplanting another cat's brain. However, he ended up killing the person who came up with the idea. Yeah, you know, that kind of sucks. Maybe you should have talked to the guy and became a starfish. I hear starfish can live for a very, very long time, if not forever, because they can consistently split and become a different form. I mean, I don't know if I would want to be cut in half and suddenly there's another me standing beside me. I mean, if it's you're looking for infinity lives, then that might be the way to do it with a cost. Gus R404 says his greed screwed him up. Very true. Typically, that's what greed does in a lot of these stories. People are wanting more and more and more to the point where they just take so much it just ends them in some way, one way or another. You know, it's just the fate of things. Sean Bumstead 1250 says, "First again, that you were." So I'm glad that my comment section is now a race to the finish line to see who's going to be there first. But thanks everybody for commenting, very much appreciated, and let's dive into the episode and see what we're getting into.
Who's the fiercest of them all?
Snow White.
Looks like I just bought 7 years bad luck. It's time for another nasty little terror tale from my Crowley collection.
Ooh.
It's a story about greed, death.
Tales from the Crypt really reminds me of Creepshow. It's kind of like they follow the same sort of vibe, comic books introducing the story. I might do Creepshow too. I mean, the new one, I've never seen the new seasons that they have on Shudder. Let me know, comment below if you've seen any of the Creepshows on Shudder. I'd like to know your thoughts. Leah Thompson, Marty McFly's mother.
If I had $1 for every time you stood in the mirror admiring your face, I could get off these streets and retire to the Bahamas.
But this face is my meal ticket, honey.
Better hurry up and use it. She still looks pretty good though today. I don't know if she'd be turning tricks now, but...
Well, you listen up, little girl. This is grown-up time out here.
Whoa.
Pretty girl like you could get ugly real fast with an attitude.
This is Tales from the Crypt. Might come true.
You keep that shit up and you ain't gonna last another night out here. Well, if it isn't Mr. GQ, honey, cause ain't nobody invited you.
What she got that I ain't got?
Him.
This is the year of Pretty Woman. I wonder if they made this episode because of that movie. Actually, it was the year before, 1989. Pretty Woman was 1990. Off by a year. But still, same sort of thing. I don't think she's going to have the same sort of ending, though. Pretty sure Richard Gere's not going to pop up at the end and climb a fire escape and act like the knight in shining armor that he is in that movie. Ew.
That's right. Strictly business.
Gun. She's gonna kill. That's not always good for the character.
Give me the fucking jewelry, man!
Yeah, okay.
Let's make a fucking deal.
I would
Give
have
me the
him
watch.
back up.
I don't just to see where I'm at.
Yeah, I see where you're at. Here.
Now run. Nope. See, that's why you back up. Said I'm a professional in this.
Like I said, strictly business.
Strictly business. She's really trying. She's putting on that accent thick.
No shit.
A pimp is dead. She'll probably get hers in the end, whatever she ends up doing.
The quaint mine had a little accident. You bastard! You son!
What the hell?
I didn't know you was a teen idol. I got 2 months or something to redeem my stuff.
You got 4 months. That if this watch was any hotter, I'd have burned a hole in my hand.
What are you talking about?
What's wrong with it?
It's a $15,000 watch. Look at the diamonds.
It's hot. I don't want to buy your jewelry. I ain't buying your jewelry, and I ain't buying your bullshit story. Now get out of here.
Go to another one.
Wait.
What? I'm interested in you.
You got something that's worth a whole lot more.
Sorry, old man. I just retired from that business.
Talking about your beauty.
Oh. Money?
$10,000.
That's $5,000 less than the watch. Okay, what does she have to do? I would ask, like, okay, there's got to be something with this.
For 10 grand, you make a mold of my face, and I got 4 months to redeem my beauty if I want it back.
Oh dear, this is horrible. More than likely, she'll end up old or something.
There are people who play with a full deck, then there's you.
You got to become a good person. Ew. Give me money and... that was an easy 10 grand. Sure was.
Aida, widow. Almost time, my love. Pretty soon, you'll be back with me.
Oh, so there's no way that she's gonna redeem anything. She's trying to bring somebody back to life? Yep, looking like the Crypt Keeper. Makeover. It's gonna be wonderful in the beginning. And then she'll just like see like, oh no, wrinkles. Oh no, sagging skin. Well, just like Pretty Woman, she had a shopping spree. A complete makeover. She's gonna go and try to bag her a guy. Wow, she shows chic. Are you on the list? I know him. I believe he was he was in that show Person of Interest. Pretty good show if you haven't seen it.
Hello?
Howdy.
Hello yourself.
Follow me. Play hard to get.
I don't want to tear you away from your guests.
Well, I saw you, and let's just say something more important came up.
Like what?
You don't think it's rude to leave your date to go make a pass at another woman? I'm Sylvia Vane. That's V-A-N-E as in weather.
Yeah, I think you're more like you're vain. Maybe that's what the writers were trying to portray there.
Don't look now, but I think Miss Clairol might be getting the wrong idea.
I was kind of hoping the wrong idea might become the right idea.
Uh-oh.
What are you, a psycho?
Just playing hard to get.
Do you think it's a little rude to slap the host and leave without saying goodbye?
Good night.
Wow.
At least tell me why you came.
I haven't yet. We're both playing games. You know it, and I know it. You knew the second I walked in the room, the second I walked through that door, that I'm the girl of your dreams.
Maybe.
Want to get out of here?
But you'd never ask.
Sex? 4 months later. Oh no. She has not learned her lesson.
It's gorgeous.
You are gorgeous. It's just real expensive jewelry.
Awfully sweet.
Listen, I've been thinking. Remember what you said the night we met? That girl of my dreams stuff?
It's true.
You weren't lying. Even a little bit.
It's too bad you got the money from a guy who probably gave you some sort of spell. Uh-oh. Is that a wrinkle?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, done.
Sex scene? Oh no. Your face isn't as full as it used to be. Is your skin thinning?
Listen, I'll only be gone a couple of days.
Oh, that's not good.
Probably end up sitting on the company jet signing papers. Won't that be exciting? What is this, the makeup counter at Macy's? You're a knockout, for Christ's sakes. What do you need all this junk for?
I see more wrinkles.
No, I got an acne flare-up or something.
Well, when I get back from my trip, we can go to the prom.
Uh-oh.
Sweetheart?
Yep. Definitely seeing more wrinkles.
What, are you playing hard to get again? Give me a kiss goodbye.
Yep. When he comes back in a couple days, I believe you're going to be an old lady. This is kind of predictable.
Please.
Doctor, what's going on here?
It does not appear to be cancer. I think we can say that first off. Any pituitary disorder, specifically acromegalia, which frankly was my initial concern. Silicone injections, implants, that kind of procedure can sometimes result in the types of symptoms that you are displaying now, that's all. Your problem could be glandular.
All I want is a simple answer to a simple question. What is happening to my
You're
face?
getting older.
Well,
I'm 21 years old. What am I going to look like tomorrow?
Miss Vane, if
Like
you'll just
Mrs.
sit here
McFly?
for a moment, I will attempt to... Your skin seems to be aging at an accelerating rate. It's very important for you to try to think back to any time, I'll say within the last 6 months or so, when you might have...
It's all popping into her head now. Too bad you didn't notice it in time.
Get out of here. Don't do business with this man. And 10 grand plus 12%.
You didn't look at this too careful, did you? 4 months from this date is the 4th. Today's the 5th.
Son of a bitch.
I didn't know what I was signing up for.
You missed the deadline, lady.
Just tell me how much.
100,000.
How's tricks?
Hey, Mac.
Ma'am?
Who are you?
Ronnie.
I'm your fiance. Or your girlfriend.
Hey, just don't move. I'm calling the police.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'd like to report a burglary.
Go ahead.
New address.
Hell. Well, you just ruined everything.
Sir, can you hear me?
Who are you?
Don't you recognize me, lover? I'm the girl of your dreams.
Well, that really turned. Dead. I'm not exactly sure what made her want to do that. Oh. That worked. No, my face. Oh, she's better.
That's the way she used to look. Now I need other women's beauty just to keep her that way.
You can't bring her back to life? You just reanimate her corpse just to look the way she used to, but she doesn't live? That's weird.
Oh, that's worth more than $100,000. Give it back to me. I want my beauty back.
Sure, I could do that. I could give you your beauty back.
But... well, that sucks. I guess you gotta live with it now.
Hey, Joe?
Hey, Mac.
How's Trix? Did you read that story in the paper? Dumb broad. She stole every scrap of jewelry the guy bought for her. Leaves the murder weapon on the floor.
Her fingerprints on the gun.
They're already on record from a soliciting rap last year. We're not talking rocket scientist here. It's a one-way trip. Electric.
Well,
With a face like that, who needs brains?
now you have nothing. Uh-oh. Broke.
You old, ugly, trifling bitch.
That's all she wrote. Well, at least she got away with murder. Yum.
Poor Sylvia. Hey, kiddies. See you next time, boys and girls.
Bye. Well, that was episode 4. Definitely enjoyed it. I think Leah Thompson did a good job there in the end as we proceeded onward with the story. But when we first started and seen her character, she was like making her voice deeper, trying to sound like she was from New York. But as for the story itself, I've seen stories like it done before where like maybe a gypsy kind of curses you, and then after the curses runs its course, at the end of it, it turns out like the person gets old, or we see other things happen like Thinner. Stephen King, it was a movie that came out in 1996 that was pretty good too. There was also one that came out that was done by Sam Raimi. Trying to remember the name of it. Drag Me to Hell. That's what it was. And that was another one of those things where you get cursed, and all of a sudden, if you don't do something in such and such day, then boom, you're going to be dragged to hell. But it was one of those episodes, and in the end, she ended up screwing herself because she killed her guy. I don't understand why she did that. What was the whole reasoning behind it? Like, if she just kind of explained going, hey, honey, it's me. You know, throw out some things you might have known about him that no one else would have. I mean, if he just kind of thought about it and went, okay, $100,000, as much money as I have, and I got such a great apartment here in New York City, he probably could have afforded it and she would have been fine. But in the end, she just took all the money and didn't really care. It was all about her looks in the end, which that's why her last name was Vane. But spelled V-A-N-E, the weather kind. Anyways, let me know, comment below what you thought of this episode. I thought it was probably the best one so far in this series, and I'm sure there's probably better episodes as we go forward. So that's what I'm enjoying about the Tales from the Crypt so far. Every episode has just kind of elevated each one, so that's my thought on it. Let's dive into some trivia and see what it took to get this episode off the ground. According to Leah Thompson, she found it difficult to perform love scenes with Brett Cullen because he is her close friend in real life. Her difficulty was compounded by the fact that her husband Howard Deutsch, maybe I'm saying it wrong, was directing her. She had to redub her dialogue in those scenes in post-production. Before he introduces only Sandeep in the beginning of the episode, the Crypt Keeper recites the Mirror Mirror chant, which breaks a mirror and says that he just bought 7 years bad luck. The show lasted for about 7 years. Leah Thompson's character, Sylvia Vane, had somewhat long, well-manicured and painted fingernails for most of the filming of this appearance. However, it is interesting that after 4 months having elapsed and the consequences of pawnbroker's deal with her are now happening as rapid aging to her face, she no longer has painted longish fingernails. They are now cut and unpolished. Didn't notice. The title comes from the popular expression that beauty is only skin deep. Well, that's it for this episode. Let me know, comment below what you thought. And until next time, see you later.